Okay, so we got quadratic formula. So let's kind of refresh our memory before we dive into the actual formula. So a quadratic is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay, so our goal is to use a, b, and c in this formula so it can help us find our roots, our factors, our zeros, our solutions, whatever you want to call it. Pretty much we use the quadratic formula when you can't factor. So if you can't do, factors of C that get you B, or you can't do the slide method, you use this. Okay, so pretty much it's going to be Desmos heavy because it's a lot of calculator. But pretty much our first step is to find what A, B, and C is, plug it in the formula, plug it in Desmos, see what it gives us. So let's dive right in to number one. Okay, our formula is negative b plus or minus radical b squared minus 4acl over 2a. It's so awesome I have it tattooed on my arm. I don't know if you can see it right here. Boom, boom, boom. So let's do number one. Okay, so again, first thing I want to do is find a, b, and c. Okay, a is the number in front of x squared. In this problem, it's 1. B is in front of x, so negative 5. And c is negative 14. So the minuses in front matter. Okay, so from there, I want to plug it into my formula. So first thing is negative b. You can think of that as like opposite of b. So if b is already negative, it's going to make it positive. So b is a negative 5. So the opposite of b would be a positive 5. Then I have plus or minus radical. I'm going b squared. I'm always going to put that in parentheses. Minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 14, all over 2 times a, which is 1. Okay, so I've plugged it in my formula, and now I need to use Desmos to finish it. So always hit divide first. Okay, when you hit divide, it gives you that line. That way it's not going to mess up your actual calculations. So from there, I'm going 5 plus radical negative 5 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 14 all over 2 times 1. So this one is where we get plus. So this one gets us 7. So x equals 7. Okay, but we want to do it again where we have a minus. Hence why there's a plus and a minus. So put a minus, and that gets us negative 2. And that's our final answer. Alrighty, so the number 2, again, let's find our a, b, and c. So a is 1, b is negative 5, and that's the same as number 1. So skip number 2, on to number 3. Okay, so a is 2, b is 2, c is negative 12. Okay, so again, I want to fill it into that formula. So the first thing in that formula is negative b. Okay, or the opposite of b, either way you want to look at it. So that would be negative 2. Got my plus or minus radical b squared, so 2 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 12, all over 2 times a, so 2 times 2. So again, go to Desmos, hit divide first, and we're going to do the plus one first. So plus radical 2 squared minus 4a, which is 2, times c, which is negative 12, all over 2 times 2. And this one gets us 2. So x equals 2. And then again, edit that problem, but instead of a plus sign, with a minus, and that gets us negative 3. Okay, number 4. Number 4, again, we want to find a, b, and c. So a is 2, b is negative 3, and c is negative 5. Okay, so now let's fill it into our formula. So I got negative b, but b is already negative, so that makes it a positive. Plus or minus radical b squared, so negative 3 squared, minus 4 times 2 times negative 5, all over 2 times a, so 2 times 2. And now we plug it into Desmos. Divide first. 3 plus radical negative 3 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 5 all over 2 times 2. This one gets us a decimal, which is fine, so 2.5. And then we do it again, but with a minus. And that one gets us negative 1. Alrighty, so the last two here, notice they're not set equal to 0, and that's what we have to do first. So you always kind of want your a to be positive. So if I'm looking at number 5, I want to move over that 9x and move over that 20. So we'd subtract the 9x, but add the 20. So this new quadratic would be x squared minus 9x plus 20 equals 0, and then you can find your a, your b, and your c. So a is 1, b is negative 9, c is 20. So for this one here, again, opposite of b, so b is already negative, so positive 9, radical b squared minus 4 times a times c, all over 2 times a. So let's plug it in. Divide first, 9 plus radical negative 9 squared minus 4 times 1 times 20 all over 2 times 1, which gets us 5. So x equals 5. And again, switch that again to a negative. So 4. All right, same thing for number 6. You got to move stuff around first. So we want that x squared to be positive. So we got 3x squared. We would subtract over that 6x and add that 3. So a is 3, b is negative 6, and c is 3. So negative b, so that would be a positive 6 plus or minus negative 6 squared minus 4 times 3 times 3 all over 2a, so 2 times 3. And again, plug it in. Divide 6 plus radical negative 6 squared minus 4 times 3 all over 2 times 3, which gets us 1. And then do it again with a minus. And that also gets us 1. All right, cool.